I got out for a reason, you know, for me and what I had going on there. And he was like, I told him, I'm like, it's opportunity down here. You know, it's a lot more for me, what I felt and what I was trying to do. And he was like, well, you know, it's opportunity and struggle everywhere. And my whole thing was, yeah, but I'd rather struggle in a city full of success versus struggling in a city where I had one, like it was either jail or drug or whatever like that. Right. And, you know, and during how we was coming up, like I said, we didn't have access to a lot of all this stuff.
Really
so you had to get out, you know, or anything like that. So I could struggle here for 6 years. And on the third day of that 7th year or whatever, my whole life changes.
All right, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Indie Unplugged. That's right, I am your man, Vaughan. Tonight we got my man, Drumz-n-Rosez. Say what's good.
How y'all doing out there?
My man all quiet. He like, how y'all doing out there?
Bring him in.
He got the sexy voice. How y'all doing out there, ladies and gentlemen? Shoot, I wish I had a sexy voice. I hate my voice anyway. But anyway, of course, Vaughan. Drumz-n-Rosez.
Yiohance Buchanan, or just Yiohance?
Yiohance. Look, tonight, man, thanks for being here.
Man, listen, thanks for having me, dog. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, for sure,
I
man.
really appreciate it.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, man. It's good to see you. You look great. You both of y'all, man. Y'all energy feel great. Y'all look great.
Oh, yeah.
So.
He said, yeah.
I still got some weight to lose over here.
Listen, man.
Like, you over there looking real, like you've been in the gym.
He be in that gym. He be in that gym getting it in.
Just a little bit, man.
He sat me in the gym trying, 35, 40, 75 pounds.
Just be
cranking them out. You know what I'm saying? Still looking smooth. With the deep.
Listen, man.
Welcome to the Indie Unplugged.
Welcome to Drumz-n-Rosez gym session.
When we talk about beats and works out.
I
guess.
Hold on. Text that. Type that down real quick.
You know, I'm patting that real quick.
Guns.
Guns and Roses.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right, Guns-n-Rosez. Well, I mean, they can't take that, but that's the actual real group. Guns-n-Roses.
Yeah, it's a loophole. We got ways around.
You got ways around it, right? You can maneuver and do stuff kind of different. But yeah, man, it's good to see you, man. Like for real, Yiohance, always good to see you, brother.
Oh yeah,
my Milwaukee brother.
Oh yes, my Milwaukee brother. Yes.
Watched it.
Nah, I went to Tech and North.
I know. I just tried it real quick.
Yeah. I know about Washington.
I went to North for a sec.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I mean, it's cool.
I mean, did those schools have rivalries?
No, they did. They actually did.
Tech and Washington.
Yeah, Tech and Washington. Yeah, that football rivalry. Yeah, Dre. Yeah, I went to state with Dre.
He gonna see this.
Yeah. He gonna
be like, yeah, I did this. I already know it.
Yeah.
Don't call me. You should have shown them highlights. It's not a highlight show.
You should have shown them highlights. Tell them why we the best.
Nah, he went to state like every year from his freshman year to his cousin Dre.
Oh yeah.
Nah, he was he every year he went to state. You know what I'm saying? I went to state for the relay and the 100 meters. So
like running?
Yeah, running.
Like track
running, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was official.
Crazy. Can you do that today though?
Nah.
Me either.
It's gonna be the slow run.
He got the slow run today.
Hey, the slow run.
Look, shoot, me too, because I can't run like I used to.
Yeah.
Man, I have one knee.
You got
him?
He said this knee is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
But the Michael Myers over there, he's still good.
I think he's a little better than him, man. It's crazy. Yeah. He didn't been through more, but this one, Jason.
The Jason knee?
Nah. Just put cracks across the mask and stuff now because it's over.
Look, in case y'all can't see what we're talking about, what's happening over here. So my man Drumz-n-Rosez has, he got his knees all out today, but on his knees he has
my legs up.
on the one knee he has a tattoo of Michael Myers, and on the other one is a mask of your man Jason, and so Jason Voorhees.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Who like, well, Tommy became the new Jason though.
Yeah.
But anyway, we ain't gonna get into the new. We ain't gonna get into the.
You should. All right, now when you do that horror episode of the podcast, make sure I'm here because I can talk about this all night,
all day. He's like, that's my thing right here.
Yeah, Halloween, October. It's just
Halloween, October,
autumn. Oh, that's my favorite time of the year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure. I mean, we gonna get into talking about stuff that you actually do like, which is this music thing, music production.
I know a little bit about that.
That's a topic for the night. Music production, right? I mean, I dabble in it, somewhat. I always tell my son, like, I'm about to go make some beats. He be like, but do you though? Do you really make beats?
Oh,
I'm like, dang. I mean, I got MPCs and machines.
Official.
I'm official as far as which is actually one of the things we'll talk about. I'm official as one of the like having the gear.
I get that.
But actually doing
I got a cousin who got everything.
And
he know how to use it. He'll call me like, man, I need inspiration. He was like, I can't make it. I'm trying to make some of the hardest stuff you hear and throw it away and just delete it.
Send it to me.
What?
Send it to me. Sir, why aren't you thinking of me? Like, I feel so disrespected. Send me this. Don't delete.
Mm-hmm.
But, I get it. I understand how they go.
Why would you delete it?
I don't know. I don't understand how that go.
That's the crazy thing. Why is it being deleted?
I don't remember. He said he just is unsatisfied with the outcome of how it be. But I get it. But like, I got a lot of unsatisfied stuff, but they ain't deleted because I know I can go back in like, oh, I know more than what I knew last month. So when I go back in this month, I might turn it into something amazing.
Right.
Or delete it.
Oh, delete it. All right. So, man, so let's get into the topics though. Let's talk about. So I got a whole bunch of topics down here that we can really get into. So since it's all about music production, I kind of do a little bit something, with music production. You definitely do stuff with music production, right?
I know a little bit.
A little bit. If y'all don't know, he don't do just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got to talk about his accolades.
Yeah,
he can talk about his own accolades.
Engineering.
But
that's one of them.
But
okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, engineering. Yeah, you take that.
I'll take that.
He said, I
appreciate that. I'll take the flowers today.
Look, my man got like actual placements with like the game, Lazy Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like actual
Lazy Bone.
Oh yeah, I said Lazy Boy, didn't I?
And Crazy Bone.
Hold on. Maybe. Am I getting sleepy? Is that why I'm talking about Lazy Boy? Lazy Bone. That's so crazy. I mean, talking about Lazy Bone, we were talking about that earlier. Like, I don't even know how I got that mixed up. But yeah, Lazy Bone, ladies and gentlemen, from Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. And if y'all don't know, we're talking about how my spiritual mentor was the father of Wishbone out of the Bone Thugs-n-Harmony with Lazy Bone. I make sure I get it. I had to do it a couple times just to make sure I got it. I got it right.
Make sure you remember that. I'm not gonna mess this up.
I'm not gonna mess this up anymore.
Yeah.
And then of course, Yiohance, he's been working with and managing artists and producers and things like that. So
and this my boy back from the Milltown.
Listen,
Milwaukee.
Crazy story, real quick before we go back into it. I was talking to him one day, and he was like, "Yeah, man, send me some beats over. Jack looking for beats." I'm like, "Jack, who's Jack?
Jack.
You're Jack.
Jack who?
Jack Harlow.
Look, I got corrected one day though.
It's crazy. I'm like, Jack who? He like, oh, Jack Harlow. I'm, sir, I could call him if you want to. I'm like, oh, like he admits he like Batman, bro. You don't know every day is something else. You're like, yeah, Mariah Carey was talking. You're like, oh, okay. Me and my homie Ben. Who was Ben? Oh, Benny the Butcher. You're like, oh.
Oh,
the connections, man.
I know.
I always got a network. Man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I was chilling with Burn the other day. I'm like, Burn, like, what you talking Burn who?
Oh yeah.
Burn one. You mean like the producer, like DJ Burn? I didn't
tell you
one?
that either.
You know what I'm saying? Like Burn one. Yeah, I'll call him up real quick.
I didn't tell you that either. Okay, it's okay.
So Yiohance absolutely has connections and
they
work
used to
with
call
a lot
me
of different
Yiohance
producers.
the plug.
No,
that was one of the names they gave me.
Nah, I understand why.
Yeah,
I see.
Man's not everybody. I get it. I love it though. Be in the same room, just random conversation starter. You know Yiohance? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, who don't?
Yeah,
exactly.
Shoot, that's like you.
Nah,
man,
not at all.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
yeah.
done been in studios and everything. People be like, oh, you know, woo. I'm like, yeah, it's my dog. Text message, we on speed dial.
That's right. Only got the homies on speed dial. That's right. But man, so let's talk about one of these questions that I have here. You know, and probably some of these questions are questions that I wrestled with as someone who was trying to be a producer and kind of make it within this industry. So the first one is, how does location influence the success of a music producer?
I feel personally, today with the technology and everything, it can go 50-50. It can go 50-50. But to me, it's so much better to personally get out and network. So I feel location plays a big part. Where we from? We from Milwaukee. So when I was, coming up and when we was in school, high school, we didn't have access to a lot of stuff now that they have over just Instagram or everything like that. We had to like physically get out. So I had to physically get out of the city to come down here, to meet the Vaughan's, and even though Yiohance safe back home, but to meet the people around, the Ash, like my friend Ashes and them. I was talking to my brother one day, and he was just he asked me, he was like, bro, I don't see nobody, no motion. And he pretty much was saying like he didn't see anything that I was doing. I'm like, just because you aren't seeing everything, I'm like, you gotta think, man, I'm here with a lot of opportunity down here. I was on my way to the studio. It was a listening party, a listening session with Dave East, literally on my way to it. And I'm like, I couldn't have not taken anything away in the opportunities that Milwaukee has created for people there right now, and how it's molded me, anything. But if I was in Milwaukee that day, guess what? I wouldn't have been going to the studio with Dave East.
Yeah, and you should have invited me to that one.
Listen, it was just last minute, man.
He probably knew you.
I know. It's a spur of the moment.
Yeah, it was literally like last minute. It was like, hey, you got to be here at this time, and I'm like, I'm on my way.
That's
so
how you gotta
solo,
be.
I'm on my way. Just them risking them opportunities and everything. So I feel like a lot of them opportunities don't happen in back home. And it ain't just Milwaukee. It could
you
be
can go
different
to Chicago,
places.
but it's hard.
A lot of the stuff that they bring here, or a lot of the doors that's here in Atlanta, it's not there in Milwaukee. I mean, you have connections to them. Like you might know somebody who's on the other side of that door, but you're not physically at that door. You see, So I feel like location plays a big part.
Yeah. That was one of the things I struggled with. Yeah. With trying to get, coming from St. Louis. Well, first, starting in Virginia, right? So moving from Virginia to St. Louis, right? You think, Timbaland's from Virginia, Messy's from Virginia, Pharrell, Neptune's, Clips.
Yeah. That's it.
Teddy Riley.
Genius for lovers. This is
Teddy, Teddy Riley's in Virginia because he's not really from Virginia, but you think that the opportunities would be there was a plethora of opportunities, right? Nah, not like that. Yeah. Nah, I mean, there's no industry in Virginia. So, this is when I first got started. So then I moved to St. Louis, and I knew a lot of people in St. Louis who did like Christian music, but there's no industry in St. Louis. So if I really wanted to make it, I had to go somewhere else. I had to travel. I had to travel a lot, right? At least my job, in the job that I'm still in today, that they pay for all my travel, right? So I got to travel to the cities and do stuff in those cities for free. Probably.
He said,
probably.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. Okay. But I mean, they would pay for me to travel, right? And I was like, yo, I always want to go to Atlanta, LA, New York. Right, I always want to go to places.
So you took advantage of those opportunities.
Absolutely. Oh yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir. I took advantage. So I knew that if there was an event that night. Now, the events that we used to have back before pre-COVID was a lot. Now they're few and far between, right? At least I don't find out about them, but I found out about them all the time. So I knew, okay, I need to go to Atlanta. I need to meet people. I need to go to Atlanta. I need to meet people. I took the Metro Boomin kind of route, right? Metro Boomin's mom would drive him down to St. Louis. Like I know Metro Boomin. That's not the point of the story. Like I don't even know Metro Boomin.
See what I'm talking about?
He's just from St. Louis, right? But the story that I heard is that his mom would bring him to St. Louis. I mean, to Atlanta often. And that's kind of the thing, right? He's like, if you really wanted to be in the studios, in the sessions,
he went to where
you had to move where it was. And I'm always curious, is that still the same today?
I don't.
So, like, for an example, DJ Payne one, right? He lives in, I want to say Milwaukee, but it's not Milwaukee.
It ain't Milwaukee.
It's I want to say it's Wisconsin, but that's Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah, I think he lives in Minnesota. Payne, if you ever watch this, whenever that happens for you, if you ever watch it, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he lives in Minnesota. But anyway, he made it. He never had to move.
Yeah.
He's produced for Ross, and
I literally got a pack in my folder at home with DJ Payne.
Oh, drums that hurt.
Pack and everything.
Drums that hurt.
Yeah.
Volume 1.
I think it's that.
I got drums that hurt.
Yeah. So I didn't even know where he was from, though. I just recognized the name and stuff. So like, I don't necessarily believe that you have to. I mean, I believe it does play a part in it, and for me, it did. So and then once again, I fall back to I don't have the same journey as everybody. So today, I don't think that you necessarily have to. If you know, can kind of work and know your way through like the social media stuff. Like, right now, back at home, 2 of the top artists, 3 actually. You got Chicken, JP, and Big Frank. They're still grounded in the city. JP's song has just went viral everywhere. Chris Brown, Wiz, everybody was doing it. Big Frank, their song just went viral. Like, they're still grounded in the city. Now, granted, they are out going to other states and stuff. Right. Yeah, they was just in Phoenix, just down here. So they are going to these other places to network, but they're still grounded back home in Milwaukee.
And JP's in college too, playing college ball.
Yeah,
as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even know who JP is.
Yeah.
Nah,
or Chicken.
Chris Brown had one of his songs playing. He was literally rapping the lyrics from that song on the video. Wiz Khalifa was too.
Yeah. His song went viral and everything. Chicken, he's another artist from the city who he just signed a deal. I don't know too much in depth and everything about it. And I honestly, I've never even like went and listened to any of his projects and everything. Not taking from nothing as an artist and everything. I just never have tapped in, but I've heard some stuff, and he's still grounded there in the city, and he's signed, and he's from what I see, he's tapping in a lot with like our neighbor cities, like artists, bigger artists in Detroit and Chicago, stuff like that. So like their route, that's working for them. I feel, but then again, they're artists also.
Yeah,
artists as it's like that TikTok.
Yeah.
I think social media has
absolutely
burst the doors open.
Absolutely,
where before social media was like a big thing. You actually had to like go live there.
Yeah. Like you think about the before social media era, and it was like, I think before the social media era, a lot of groundwork was put in. It's easy to become a overnight sensation on the internet, overnight fame and, a stardom moment for a couple of days. It's easy to do that. But I feel like before the social media, like if you look at a lot of artists from back then, that's why they still have the longevity in here. That's why Nas has just won album of the year. Well, the work he put in and everything, because he was physically putting a lot of that groundwork in in New York. He was physically, you didn't have phones back there. He was out there with everybody doing stuff like that. Just the groundwork they put in versus a post or something blowing them up. And there was no work, none of that putting in, and it's just like, where do they go from here? So I feel like with the groundwork and stuff like that, before the social media era, I feel like all in all, I feel like it made artists and producers and stuff kind of solidified them more. It kind of grounded them to their legacy. Look at the Teddy Riley, the Pharrell. Look at all the producers and everything who come before the social media era. A lot of the ones who are like Swiss Beats, Timbaland, Jermaine Dupri, you can go make something with them today, and it's still going to hold weight and value just for what they're doing. Even Metro. I feel like that's another reason why he's a good, solidified, solid producer. Metro, and he was during kind of like when it was transitioning over to social media, was getting big. because I know Murder Beats, he got his he got his wave and everything going because he was using Twitter, social media, like when that was hitting, he was taking advantage of it. And I feel like still to this day, that's the best as far as like if you just want to DM and do like that. I mean that you're your as an independent person, artist, producer, whatever you are, you're your own A&R manager, everything. So the you just gotta adapt with the hustle. I feel like back then you would have to go to Atlantic Records, stand outside and wait or whatever, however you could get in contact with this person. Today, you can find them, you can DM, but you just still have to put the groundwork in. Find these A&Rs or whatever, DM them, however, you're still putting it's just different how they're putting the groundwork in now. So
it's more accessible.
A lot, right? I'm definitely thankful for it because like I went on Twitter and just tweeted, "Hey, I'm about to listen to Russ for the first time. Where should I start?" He tweeted me back and was like, "Yo, you should start here. This is my favorite song, and then let me know what you think about it."
Yo, I'm about to tweet Russ because I actually got an idea that I want to do with Russ. So, like, I actually got a real idea that I want to do with Russ, and so I'm gonna hold on to it. I don't really use X or Twitter or whatever it's called.
X,
right?
Twitter.
X. Why do you call
Elon
it X?
Musk.
Why do you call it X though?
Musk.
That's crazy. Musk. But I'm gonna do that because I got an idea. That I want to do it.
Shoot your shot, man. Because what's the worst that can happen? Somebody don't respond. So
that's it.
No. I feel like just stuff like that. Hit Boy on Twitter and everything. I be tweeting every time I see. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Hit Boy and the wave he got on with his dad right now. So when he tweets stuff, I tweet whatever he responds back and everything. If this was in '99, I would have had to figure out, let me see, how can I get, or whatever, 2005, even before, how can I get back to him? How can I get over to this person? How can I get this? I'm gonna have to when we were on the topic of Bone Thugs, how did Bone Thugs meet Easy? They had to catch a one-way bus ticket from Cleveland to California.
Yeah.
With
That's
hopes.
crazy.
Just hopes and dreams.
Yep.
Dream and risk. We getting ready to take, we got a dream and we getting ready to risk and make it and see what happens. And look what happened. And see groundwork like that. Today,
still going.
You don't have to fly all the way out there. Like you can put that in. Now, granted, that person says, "Hey, I want to do something. Would you meet me out here?" Whatever. Now you gotta, still put that footwork in. So I guess it just depends on the drive and how you want to adapt with it.
Yeah, I was just always curious, right? Because before social media, I was like, I gotta move. I got to go to that place to ensure that I'm seen. I'm known. If I want to get in the studio with Brian Michael Cox, I gotta move here
so I can
get in the studio, right?
Right.
And if I want to, meet Zaytoven, then I gotta be here. I mean, Zaytoven moved from where he was.
Yeah.
I used to work with his dad his dad worked at the VA.
Oh, at the VA.
Yeah, I was real cool with his dad.
Yeah,
and I asked him that question, and he said, "Oh, my son's the hottest producer in Atlanta." Cause I said you look like somebody, and he told me Zaytoven. I was like, wow.
Yeah, put it all together.
Yeah,
see, but
because he was in the army, so.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was. Yep. That's like, so if you want to be in the studio with those people, you got to move in an area, not just where there's access to those people, but places where there's actual industry. You know what I'm saying? Like
where it's, like a home base for a lot of this stuff. If people, I know back in, time, I don't know if it still is, but when New York was the fashion capital, and if you wanted to work in modeling or whatever, people would move to New York. Acting, you would move to California or music, whatever. Now Atlanta has become such a mecca and everything for movie. Just I don't want to put it in like one specific category, but I feel like this is the place where anything can happen.
Right.
Somebody can see this and be like, "Hey, I want y'all to do a magazine. I want y'all to podcast for a fight magazine." Like, we was just doing music, but hey, you got the looks, whatever. Hey, so
got the looks.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, stuff like that happened. Like I used to I had a conversation with my friend back at home, and he was like, "When you moving back to Milwaukee?" And I'm just like, "Bro, I love my city. It made me who I am. Don't ask me that again."
No.
Nah, because I got out for a reason, for me and what I had going on there. And he was like, I told him, I'm like, it's opportunity down here. It's a lot more for me, what I felt and what I was trying to do. And he was like, well, it's opportunity and struggle everywhere. And my whole thing was, But I'd rather struggle in a city full of success versus struggling in a city where I had one, like it was either jail or a drug or whatever like that.
Right.
And, and during how we was coming up, like I said, we didn't have access to a lot of all this stuff.
Really
so you
didn't.
had to get out, or anything like that. So I could struggle here for 6 years. And on the third day of that 7th year or whatever, my whole life changes. It's just, what are you going for? I guess you just got to know.
Yep.
You got to, how you're driving.
Because back home, it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
For real.
Hints on the kinda.
Yeah, the kinda. Yeah.
Sure.
Kill boys.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, Milwaukee, I was talking to, C's.
King C's.
King C's.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out King C's. But we was talking, and he was just like, only the strong survive. It's either gonna make you or break you. You have like, especially when we were in school and stuff, it was 2 options, or 3, whatever, basketball or sports or streets or something like that.
Or military.
Yeah. And you can literally become a product of your environment if you get caught up in everything. So if you get out, I feel like if you can make it in Milwaukee, and then if you can make it there and leave, man, what's stopping you from anything? You want to be president? Go.
But that kind of goes back to the thing, right? Is location a factor?
Yeah.
Because even if you move to an LA or an Atlanta or a New York, you just moving there doesn't mean that something's about to happen. Yes, it may be the city of opportunities,
but you gotta find get them and create them opportunities.
You gotta work.
What Kobe said, job's not done.
Job's not done.
Job's not done. You just starting.
You just started.
We're clocking in now.
That's right.
Now let's go. Now let's put the work in, and it don't get easier, especially being if you move with nobody, or if you just, man, listen, but I kudos to anybody who does it, and kudos to anybody, to people who do it and then go back. I don't take nothing from people. Sometimes you need a reset or whatever.
I'm not going back.
No.
I love you, Milwaukee, but I'm not going back.
I go back when it's time to visit. Visit my parents and everything. But
exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to still put the work in. Just because you move to a place doesn't mean that those opportunities are going to
fall in your lap.
Already be. It's not going to just be there.
Got to find it.
Right.
It could be sometimes it be the most randomest or just things you would never expect.
Right.
Like I was at Kroger and Kevin Gates was in there. Granted, the first encounter was not the best.
Oh, what happened? See, now I'm like, what happened?
No, I was with my kids, and this was before he
they were like,
changed
Daddy!
everything, and I had my 2 sons with me, and they were little and everything. So I was like, dog, this dude.
Oh yeah, he was way different.
And I'm like, Gates? He like, yeah. And like, walked off. So then I was trying to get a picture with the kids. I'm like, yo, my kids want to get a picture and everything. And he just like walked off on me. I was like, you know what? It's cool. I don't know what you got going on.
Right.
But then fast forward years later, it was 2 years ago. I just met him again. We linked up at this record store here. And it was completely pure genuine.
Was it little 5 points or?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. No, it was the experience though. As far as the energy and everything, I know he be saying some wild stuff and everything, man. But when me and C's, man, listen, this is about creating opportunity. So I was at work. It was a Saturday. I had to work. I was at work, and I was working at Honda phones, and I was like, yo, when I seen it and everything, I just seen it was somebody who, I think it was his engineer and road DJ posted that he was going to be at the record store in Atlanta. And I'm like, oh, I got to work. I'm like, oh, I'm leaving work early. Like, this is fine. I'm taking this.
Perfect.
What? So I call, he's like, hey, I'm coming to get you. We going to meet Gates. He like, what? I said, don't worry about it. Just go. And funny thing, he was like, bro, this is, you know people like Yiohance. I mean, this is nothing like it. That's what he said. I'm like, this is nothing like Yiohance. But when we walked in the store, right, where he was positioned, the angle he was in the store, he looked right at the door. So I'm just thinking, so I'm like, oh, he's looking because there's a lot of people in there. So we kind of move up his little line. So we get through the middle of the store. He looks again. He's like staring. I just looking. He's just staring at us. And he's like, yo, he keep watching us. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, he feel like energy and everything. I'm like, nah, bro. I just feel like he like, yo, these some big dudes. Get them right there. Like, what's going on? Like, or he just watching not necessarily us just watching the area and everything in general.
Mm-hmm.
But when we got up there and when I like grabbed his hand, he grabbed me and he embraced, gave us a hug and everything. I said, man, listen, I appreciate you and your music. He said, hey, man, I appreciate you and your energy. I felt your energy when you walked through the door. That's why I've been looking at you. So I was like, oh, it's just real radio. It was real different this time.
I thought you were going to be like, hey, you that dude from the grocery store. From Kroger's. You from that dude from Kroger's.
Listen, that would have been wow.
Oh,
I'd be like, touche. And you're the guy from Kroger's.
You're
Also.
the guy from Kroger's too. I mean, but you're right though, right? It's taking advantage of the opportunities when the opportunities present themselves, and having the right, I'll use the word energy, so that it can connect with someone else, right? So I was, I'm a part of the Recording Academy, and so I'm a member of the Recording Academy, but specifically, specifically the Atlanta chapter. And so we were having an event, and I've been to a bunch of different events, and a friend of mine is real close with Brian Michael Cox, right? I'll drop Brian's name because it's relevant to the story.
First name basis. Okay.
Nah. I mean, even though he don't answer my calls, I call him, but that's a different story. But right. But so I saw Brian a lot at these events. And so like we really never had, full-fledged conversations and things like that. But I remember, once again, it's taking the advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves and or networking and meeting the people that you need to meet. So A3C rolled around. It was, of course, it was when the Gathering Spot had just purchased them. And it was the new one that was taking place at, I think, like America's Mart or whatever the big place is downtown, right? Right. They had like car manufacturers there. Like it was on a much bigger scale than what A3C used to be. But I was attending the producer segment, right? Because Smitty Boy was going to be in there, and Olympic Knox, and a couple other people that I knew. Major 7 was going to be in there.
Major 7.
That's my dude right there.
Yeah, that's a homeboy.
And so a couple of them that I knew were going to be in this session. So I was like, so I'm going to go to make sure I support the homies.
Right.
And so Brian Michael Cox was going to be one of the guest producers to speak on the panel, whatever the case, right? And so I'm leaving. I always tell the story. I'm leaving out of the door. Brian's coming into the door, right? And of course, it's Brian Michael Cox. Come on, it's B Cox. Everybody's like, oh my God, look at this, Brian Michael Cox. Oh my God, look at this, right? So they running up on him. Hey, what's up? Like, check out my, hey, can I get your contact, Instagram, phone number, like SMS, like what's good? And I'm just looking, I'm like, oh, cool, that's Brian Michael Cox, right? All of a sudden I get this pat on my shoulder. I'm like, yo, what's good? Who's patting me on my shoulder like that? And I look over, it's Brian Michael Cox. He looks at me, he goes, yo, what's up, B? And I'm like,
we're on first initial basis. What up, B?
Oh, he was like, what's up, B? And I'm like, yo, what's up, B? What's up, Brian? What's good? He's like, oh man, I'm good. Like, I'm like, all right, bet. He was like, good to see you. Like, you too. And I walked out the door, and all of a sudden I was like, Brian Michael Cox knows who I am.
He recognized.
I was like, he recognized
you, probably your energy and everything. He realized
exactly.
Put him in a comfortable spot to speak to you and everything and greet you.
But I go back to what this topic is all about. Is location a factor for the success of being a music producer or artist, right? But specifically music producer.
Yeah.
And probably not. And so I don't mean to cut you up. When I say probably not, because you can make beats and put them online, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment.
What are we talking about? Making beats or producers?
Producers, right? And making it as a producer and working with, artists. And
I feel like as a producer,
he's air quoting.
Because I can make beats all day in my room and send them out as a beat maker. But see, I don't consider myself a beat maker. I can make beats.
Let's talk about it.
And there's no shade to anybody because I know people who can make 30 beats in a day. I can if I put my mind to do it, but that's not in me. That's not what I just don't do it.
Right.
But producing, I feel like as a producer, meaning Quincy Jones never touched an instrument on Thriller, but he produced it.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I don't think he could have produced that track if he was in Amsterdam and Mike was in Vegas or whatever.
I mean, but is there really a difference though? Like if I'm in my house, I got my MPC key 37 over there.
No,
right?
no.
And I'm banging out the beats. And I'm like, yo, this instrumentation right here, yo, this could go right here. I'm kind of producing the beat,
right? You're. I feel like you're producing the beat. You're orchestrating the sounds and putting them together.
Composing.
You're composing it. But now when you add the artist to it, now we're going to produce the song together. Now I'm going to produce. Hey, when you say this, don't say hey. Go hey. Go up with it. Drop right here. We're going to drop the beat right here. I feel like that is production of right there. As a producer, you're not going to get that same chemistry and the same energy that you're putting into me just sitting in my room sending it, because I may be sitting feeling something crazy while I'm making these instruments, and when I send it to you, you don't feel what I feel. But if we're in the room, I'm making this and you feel my energy and we're bouncing energy and everything off the wall, now then we can feed off each other, and like, hey, you do this, and everybody's just, it could be all of us in the room right now, and I start this and you say, hey, add this, you say, hey, do this, because 3 brains is better than 1. So if we're sitting here adding all these in there and this track, everything, my energy is feeding your energy is feeding everything, and now we just produced this track and brought it together versus me by myself just doing it. So I essentially, yes, I feel as a producer, not saying you have to relocate to make it, but I feel like you have to, you're gonna have to get out. So if you have if you're in the city and you have your own artists or whatever, y'all are locking, y'all are producing, you're producing together with them, you're still gonna have to get out to these opportunities and get out to these places, and hey, I'm trying to do this full time, and North Dakota doesn't have, they have one studio inside of 4. I know
that artist you're dealing with, North Dakota, Indian guy.
Yeah. Dakota, shout out Dakota. Dakota's doing great. He took social media. He did. He stayed in his state, his hometown. He traveled, did a lot of touring, and he took TikTok and he turned it all the way up. I think like 15,000 followers or something. So,
nice.
And now he uses that as his outlook as far as all his music and stuff. So, like I said, he's an artist though. Now I don't know as far as the producers where he's from or what producer working with. Business Boy, my cousin. Cousin.
Business Boy.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, Business Boy.
My cousin.
Out
went
in LA, right?
Big time.
But he was here first. He went from Milwaukee, started in Milwaukee, he was working Milwaukee, he got his buzz up there, worked in Milwaukee, moved down here,
and then moved to LA
here, and kept doing what he was doing. Did his thing. It created that opportunity for him to boom. Now he's in LA grounded. The success and the magnitude of success that he has with his music and with him producing and making beats, the people he's working with now wouldn't have happened if he would have stayed in Milwaukee. Because he got out and created these opportunities. And like when I first moved down here, I asked him, one piece of advice you can just give me. He said, shake everybody's hand, network. And I took that and ran with it. And every place I go, I'm gonna grab anybody's Instagram. You come off the stage and everything, I'm gonna grab your Instagram. Whatever. Let's network and everything, because you trying to get out here, you trying to get known. I don't know who you know don't know who I know. I'm just gonna get out and shake everybody's hand. So, but what I'm saying, back to the, if he didn't create that opportunity and move to here and create those other opportunities to get him grounded where he's at, if he didn't leave from Milwaukee, those opportunities wouldn't happen. Me personally, that's what I feel from just watching his journey on it out. Prep, Prep also, right?
Oh yeah, Prep
is another one from Milwaukee. He just wrote and produced on Party's album, Party Next Door's new album. He's a list of success also. And I personally don't know him, but I seen him attached with Biz on a lot of stuff they do and follow them and see, oh, you from Milwaukee also. Oh, you live in LA. So he's a producer.
He's a Milwaukee boy. Hey.
Now we're gonna go back to it. Now we're gonna go back to, does the producer have to relocate? Not saying they have to, but there's 2 producers I just named who relocated and success. They're great.
Yeah, they doing their damn thing. Cause I used to go out to Business Boy house when he stayed down here. So it was like him and 2 other dudes that lived in his apartment.
Other producers from Milwaukee who's been iconic in the Milwaukee production scene. Rail Ride Out.
Oh yeah,
Rail Ride Out, and Rail has created some hits for Milwaukee artists, like some hits in the city. He won Ray Needy's biggest song. Ray Needy's an artist from Milwaukee. Wow, Rail created that. Rails and he was in Texas. I believe he was living in Texas for a while. I could be wrong, but from what I've seen and when we talked, he was. But I do know now he's in LA. Still cranking out hits and everything, you know, land him in bed stuff. Another Milwaukee producer has left home and has relocated and has continued the success. Like you say, it doesn't stop when
that's
you
that
get there,
networking.
Nah,
it doesn't.
You know, I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm thinking about all the different artists who may be living in the cities that they're living in now, grinding away, day in, day out, studio sessions, recording sessions. Probably moving to probably is still one of the best moves.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, social media opens up the door. It gives you the opportunity to meet people online. I mean, there's no system. I mean, there is a difference in meeting someone online and meeting them in person. So
sharing the same space.
I hope he don't mind me saying this. I think everybody know that Matt B moved to LA, right?
Oh, Matt.
Okay. Oh yeah. Matt B and his wife.
Yeah. Matt and Angela moved to LA.
Yeah, he knows Matt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I can't forget about Matt.
I was like,
talking about Chicago to
He was like, yo, we moved to LA. I was like, I knew it. I think I knew y'all was gonna just up and move to LA. Like I've been watching what y'all been doing.
Literally, I promise you, we was texting and everything, and out of nowhere, hey, I moved to LA. I said, I knew it.
I knew it. Yeah. Like I knew it. But when once again, how does location influence the success? When they moved to LA, that boy, crazy. Not even just him. I'm gonna tell you, not even just him, but Angela.
Both of them together as a unit.
Both of them
skyrocketed
as a unit.
Yep, just took off.
They took off so
immaculate.
Oh my gosh,
beautiful. It's just like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. What? And people would think like that's where you come from, and from us watching it. I remember this session at what is his name? What was his name that we had the session at?
Over by Pine Crib.
From us,
I told him about that. Yeah.
Who is it? Mark
Bird. He wanted to play. That's how he.
Mark don't live here either.
No,
exactly. Yeah.
See, but that's the thing. That's how Matt met Brian Michael Cox was through that session. Cause who was it? Hey, we was just talking.
It was me, you, Matt, Brian. Mark.
Mark Bird is the one that introduced him to Brian Michael Cox. Yeah. That's how he met. Yeah.
Yeah, good old Mark Bird. Mark was my second interview.
Oh, he from Chicago too. My bad. Gotta mention that.
He was my second interview when I launched We Creek Music TV.
Yeah. Wow.
The second interview. He showed up a day before his actual interview. I was like, man, I appreciate you. Because his support was like, I was like, man, I appreciate that. He was like, oh yeah, I'm here on the wrong day. I'm like, dang. And I had somebody before him. And I was like, yo, let me just interview my man first. Because, and then let me interview you right after. I don't want you to have to come back.
Right.
Like, his support was crazy.
Yeah, Mark, good dude, good spirit and everything.
Good spirit, good energy, right? Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, when I saw Matt and Angela, and it's skyrocketed. The doors are open for them and the opportunities that have been presented to them, plentiful.
Listen, last time I talked to Matt, not too long ago, he said, hey, man, when you coming out here?
Go out there.
Go out there. Building the studio and everything. Come out here.
Go out there.
Listen, he showed me a piece of gear. And the engineer in me just melted. It was an analog, like live analog. I'm like, oh my God.
Telling you, go out there.
No, I got to get back out to LA.
So
I do.
Yeah. So because Angela just posted up, I guess they were at some event. It was a Recording Academy event. And I'm not going to throw shade at the Atlanta chapter, but I was like, man, I wish we had events like that in the Atlanta chapter.
Insert shade here.
Insert shade right here. Right.
I feel it though.
I mean, I'm just saying. I am not. Nobody really knows me, right? I'm not like the guy that you will go, we need to invite him to this party, right? Like we gotta, like Yiohance. Yiohance knows everybody. We need to invite Yiohance to the party. I'm not him. But I think if you do an event and it's a Recording Academy event, it should be open to all Recording Academy members.
I agree with you.
I'm just saying.
100% with that.
We don't have secret secret events that only certain people go to. But anyway,
I feel like if you're a part of
if I pay my Recording Academy dues, I should be able to go to Recording Academy events.
Be able to go. Stop playing.
Anyway, if any member of the Recording Academy watch this, I still love y'all, but I am going to speak the truth. But anyway, so I said that.
I'm not a part of it. I'm trying to, but listen, if y'all don't invite him, okay, but go ahead.
So I said that on Angela's post, and she was like, "Aw," she was like, "LOL, aw." You should move to LA. Ooh. I was like, oh,
because we moved to LA. Guess what? They got them opportunities there. They have them events there.
They got the opportunity. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it affords you those opportunities, right? So, I think social media has opened the door. I think it's still important that you still network and travel. Even if you're not going to move, at least network and travel. You can't just sit in the room in your basement, make beats.
Because if you're not out there, nobody can find you.
Right.
I've been telling a lot of artists this who don't drop music, and I want us to take this clip specifically so they can see this, because none of y'all drop music and they know who I'm talking about. I have a lot of artist friends who don't drop music.
Cortez. But you can't be an artist if you don't drop music, can you? Right. Can you be an artist if you don't drop music?
Nah.
Listen, man, I understand the perfectionism as an artist, where you like, hey, because if a snare sounds wrong or if a hi-hat is just too loud, that song won't come out.
I get it.
But I get that. But then also, nobody can find you if you're not out. You can have the hardest and hottest song ever, but if you don't have it out there, how's anybody gonna find you? Nobody can say I like this song. I'm so big when I go to like these music events and stuff, and when an artist performs, first thing I do, especially if I like the song, Shazam. So when I Shazam and this song isn't out, for me, I instantly become uninterested, because I don't know if I'm gonna revisit this. I'm not gonna lie. My attention span is not that strong, when it comes to certain things. If an artist drops anything more than 10 tracks, it might not get a play. Especially if I don't really know you. Right. I try to,
it's just down to 5.
We're
6.
It's
the data.
Yeah, we're in
the data.
We're in such a musical ADHD society right now. Yeah, so it's like, but I'm so big. Like, if you're performing a song, make sure that song is Shazamable so people can find you. Shazamable. Make sure people can find you when hey, I like this song. Let me add this, because they might not remember. Why would they? I'm not saying they will, but what's the chances of them, like, let's be logic, when they hear this and they get outside the club or whatever after a couple of drinks or anything, they're going to say, hey, what was that one song? And then, they're trying to remember your name or whatever. Like, I can't think of this person. But hey, let me Shazam this real quick.
Right.
And I do like, oh, this is who it is. Let me add this to a playlist real quick. Versus I'm an artist, so I'll come up to you and say, hey, where can I follow you and everything? Yeah, but if a fan or somebody's just listening, what's the chance they're going to walk up to you unless they really want to? So it's just, you battle with that, and that's why I'm like big on Shazam and stuff.
You got to be Shazamable.
You got to be Shazamable.
Shazamable. Get a shirt that says
Shazamable.
Yeah. I didn't mean to move your mic. I don't want to move too close. Like, bam. But man. You got to be Shazamable. But no, that's what kills me is when you have an artist and they got a private like social media account.
Yeah. Now that's crazy. You can't find them. You gotta add them.
I gotta ask you to go listen to your stuff. Sir, this is over with.
This is done. It's done right now.
I don't want to do this.
Like, as soon as I go look at Instagram private, like,
private, this is over with. I'm about to go to my old playlist now and just find random music I already know about. Like, make yourself accessible. That's one thing about being an artist or any kind of entertainment thing or whatever. You have to be accessible for people to find you. I can't reach you, and people are so easy to reach nowadays.
Yeah.
So if you making it to where I can't reach you, it's somebody else who I can reach. So
absolutely,
you got it, or somebody else can get. Not even saying like for me personally, I'm talking about people looking for me. Like, if I got a private page or whatever, somebody's looking for this and they can't even share my music because my page is locked up.
Yeah. And you a producer, you really don't need a page locked up.
Exactly.
Open the door, Jared. What are you doing, man?
So you mentioned having a job, right?
Thanks.
Do you think it is advisable for anyone to leave their job to fully pursue a music career as a music producer?
No. and I'll be transparent because that job is your investor. That is your first.
That's
investor.
what he talked about in the last interview.
That is your investor. I don't have nobody.
Well, not the last.
I don't have a sponsor. You know, I don't know how people would set up and everything. Also, so I'm not gonna. Some people can't afford to do this. To go and say I'm throwing everything away. I have no kids. I have no responsibilities. I don't care about nothing. But with the way everything is set up today, it's so accessible. I feel like you can work this job.
Right.
And when you get off at 5 o'clock or whatever, that's when your job kicks. That's when the time and the work kicks in. You didn't already, you didn't did your investment hours. Now, do you still got the drive, and are you still gonna push through? Are you gonna keep running this marathon, or are you gonna, sit back and chill and wait for something to come, to you? How are you gonna create these opportunities if you're not putting in the work? That's where putting in the groundwork and everything come. You getting off of work, going home, tired, whatever, eating. The discipline. That's the discipline right there that you gotta have. I know some very talented people when it comes to music, singing, rapping. I'd be like, I wish I could rap and sing like this. I would have so many. I don't need to. I'm doing this on myself.
Don't let me be a rapper or a singer.
So
it's over.
It's like you have to have the discipline to put that work in. When your job is over with, when you're done clocking out, you got to go put the work in now. So but that money, it costs so much money to be an artist. It costs so much money to be an independent artist because you're doing everything yourself. If you don't know how to make artwork, you got to have somebody. So if you want a certain quality texture of artwork and you don't know how to do it, you're going to have to find somebody who knows how to do it.
That's
and
right.
They have bills also. You don't know how to make beats, you're either going to go to YouTube and BeatStars to get everything, or you're going to have to start paying for them. And if you just downloading beats, once you start getting to certain calibers in certain places, people like, hey, you download this from YouTube, I can tell about how, compressed and how bad the quality or whatever. You can't get the best quality out of your song.
And how my tag is in it.
How the guy is speaking all the way through the song. Like, it's just certain things you have to look at when being serious. You can get, I had a friend who was straight YouTube. He's a great artist, straight YouTube beats. But when every beat he went on YouTube, I'm like, check the bio. There's BeatStars links in there. He clicked the link, it take him straight to the producer's BeatStar page. And a lot of 9 times out of 10, the producers are saying, free download, just credit me. Now you got a better quality beat and everything. It's just little steps that you have to take to get a little more serious and everything. So since you can't afford to purchase exclusively these beats right now, figure out how you can get the best quality from it. But you still need to put some kind of money into something. You got to pay for your distribution. You got to pay for your artwork. You got to pay for your engineer. You want your stuff mixed to sound good. You got to get certain things. You got to, and that, like, remember the last interview you had, the most important thing you're going to spend and invest is time. If you don't have the time to put into at your job and then come home and put time in on your dream, on your real thing that you want to do, then it's just not going to work. And that's with anything. It's just not going to work. So your job, you need that money. Unless you got a sponsor. Unless you got an investor.
You got an investor. That's what your job is too. But unless you got an actual investor or a sponsor that's going to give you money in order for you to fulfill your musical aspirations, outside of that, my job affords me to do all the stuff I want to do.
That's people don't understand. That is beautiful right there. Like, you have people out here who are struggling to pay certain bills and they don't have the motivation to even do the music because they're so stressed out about life right now. It's beating them down. So to be able to afford, or even to take care of your livelihood, your bills and everything, and no, you can't go out this weekend. Make sure you got this last couple of dollars to stretch through, eat or whatever. And I know it's hard. I can't
hang out at the club. What?
We can't today. Unless somebody else is buying the
club.
So and you gotta take these sacrifices, and that's what a lot of people don't want to do, or per se don't know how to do. And I think that's where the risk comes at all. Like, how do I do this while surviving my life? If it was a blueprint to where we do it step by step like this, everybody could do it. Everybody's successful. That's why it's so different for everybody. So the way you might have to work this job and take extra measurements to achieve what you want, versus for you, for example, you have a job that's helping, that enables you to afford everything you need.
Right.
versus this other person who has a job and it's just dead end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody has one goal, but it's like, how are we going to push towards? Are you going to stop? Are you going to keep, or whatever, you know? So that investment right there, you know, after you got that, even the job, I don't, if you don't have it, I'm saying financially wise, if you don't have anything taken care of and like a sponsorship like that,
Right.
Nah, you gotta be able to make. You gotta have your ducks, and you gotta put a plan together.
Yeah, I would tell nobody, don't quit your job. Like stay at your
grounded.
Job. And we talked about this on the last podcast episode, but or maybe I think I mentioned it. People shaming other people within the music industry for having a job. Like, yeah, I got a job, bro. Guess what? But I don't have to struggle. I don't have to try to figure out if I'm going to get a placement or if I'm going to, get this studio session or if this artist is going to listen to my track and put it on their album or whatever the case is. Like, true, every 2 weeks, there's money deposited into my account. I'm like, yo, what do I want to buy?
I can do something. All right, I can, you know what? I want a new keyboard. I want this. Okay, wait, you know what? It might take me a month to save up for this new laptop, but this is what I want. Let me do it. I'm a firm believer of manifestation. And if you really want something, no matter what you put your mind to it, you can do it and you can have it. Right. Dudes be out here like, man, listen,
you can believe it,
you can achieve it. Like, for example, hey, you seen that girl? I want her. Dudes would do everything, risk everything to get her.
The girl, right? Yeah.
So I want these shoes, certain things like that. When you want something, if you really focus on it, I tell people this all the time. They look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, if I wanted to be the president, in my mind, there's nothing you can do. I would be the first president with tattoos and everything. I know it's going to take me a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. Yeah. I don't leave twist. It's going to take me a long time.
A long time.
But if I stay, I know I can do it. I know there's just nothing you can't tell me that I can't. It's just, that's the battle within yourself. And that's how are you going to keep running this marathon?
Can you imagine his State of the Union addresses? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Drumz-n-Rosez, President of the United States.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans. Right? You be having that smooth voice. My fellow Americans.
Sir,
we are.
The nuclear attack is about to... I mean...
I'm just saying.
What can we do now?
Nuclear attacks. Do they really have to happen? Right? I'm telling you, he got that smooth voice. Like I'll vote for you. Yeah. All the ladies be voting for. Where do I sign up to vote for president? Drumz-n-Rosez.
That'd be wild.
That'd be crazy. Have all the women in America signing up. All over. Sign them up. Let's go. Shoot.
President, what you do in your spare time? I like to produce.
And make beats.
I got the new national anthem. What you mean? I'm about to make the new national anthem.
Right, new national anthem right here, boy. Yep. Presidential beats. You know what I mean?
I'm about to diss all the other presidents.
All the other presidents. Some of them may have to come out of presidential retirement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have your hands full with Trump, though.
Right.
Shoot.
So he gonna be passed away by then.
I'm just saying. Hey, you never know. Hey, he may I'm gonna freeze myself like Demolition Man.
Oh,
listen, man. That was my movie.
Hey, right.
All these movies they bring out. I'm like, bro, remake this thing. Remake, come on, man.
Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes was like,
what else, boy?
Yeah.
The Wesley Snipes joints were. Come on, Demolition Man was tough.
It's long.
And Passion 57.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on now.
They don't have movies like that, man.
They don't do movies like they used to do back in the day.
Well,
maybe I should do a movie podcast one day too, because I'll get in here talking about all types of movies, bro.
Yeah.
I went and seen the new Stranger movie, and it just pissed me off so bad.
Stranger.
I know what you're talking about.
Chapter 1. It's just what made me so mad. I'm just like, I know.
Don't tell the movie.
I'm not. But I know there's not people this dumb in the world. I know for a fact they not that dumb.
They are. There are people that's...
I swear it can't be, man.
Man,
it can't be.
I'm going to tell you where you can find them. Turn on the TV.
Listen.
Turn it on.
It's crazy. And I'm like, this is the best y'all got. It's such... it's so predictable.
Bro, we hear stories all the... Just turn on the TV and listen to a Florida man was caught.
Oh yeah, that be Florida.
A man
in
Texas
Touche.
was
Touche.
a man in Virginia was a woman in. Oh, bro, yeah, oh yeah,
touche
for sure.
Man, I get
a woman that drove across country in a diaper. Like, trust me, bro. People are just that crazy and just that
crazy,
dumb. I'll use that word, dumb. Like, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they are.
Yeah, I'm like, man, listen, y'all. Nope, I refuse to believe. I just listen. Man, you gotta
believe it.
I can't even want to
You
explain.
gotta believe it.
Don't ruin it.
Watch it. Please do.
I'm gonna check it out,
and then text me and tell me how irritated you are.
Oh yeah,
just.
Yo, I'm gonna go watch it too. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna text you, be like, yo, like really?
It's just like
this is like real life though.
This is a genuine question. If you and your girl are at a cabin and you just rent a cabin in the middle of the woods.
A cabin. There you go.
I mean, but they showed this in the trailer. In the middle of the woods, right? You already get a crazy knock at the door.
Nope.
Hey, I'm about to run to the store. Store's 10 miles away. What you leaving her?
Nope.
Nah. Hell nah. She coming with me.
Case closed.
Okay, so first of all, we ain't renting no cabin in the woods. Yeah. We ain't hearing no crazy knocks. No. And if we do rent a cabin in the woods, you see what's on the walls. You know what I mean? Like, we taking both of them swords right there,
man.
Machetes, them assassin machetes over there.
I just could not. I'm just watching this movie like, they not about to do that.
Nah, we don't play.
No. Oh, you really did that? Are y'all serious? Like,
yeah,
bro, we will have our own horror movie.
Yeah, sure. It'd be a short
in
film.
the house. Like, it'll be a really short film, bro. Like,
man,
as soon as you break in,
it's over.
Dun, 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 cha cha. Dun, dun,
you get a knock at the door.
Oh, you're gonna hear it. And you're gonna be like,
end of the movie.
And then I'm gonna turn the light on. I'm gonna look at you like, you all right? You shouldn't have broke in, bro. You stabbed me like 18 times. I sure did. Like, I'm breaking in here.
Defense.
Brother.
It's self-defense.
It's crazy.
So
just please watch it. Please watch it.
But anyway, see, we have a good time here on the Indie Unplugged. But anyway, but okay. So you mentioned. So first of all, don't shame people for having a job. Two, your job can fund everything you do. How do you think the Indie Unplugged is funded? We are brought to you by my employer. Right? I mean, all the cameras, the lights, the setup, the everything
is from what you.
I purchased it because I have a certain set of skills that have afforded me to have a certain level.
That's why I don't.
But here's the thing: a certain set of skills that affords me to have a certain level of job, where I earn a certain level of income to be able to do all that.
I tell you, man, I don't knock people. Go get you a trade. Go get you a skill, because if you got the more skills you got, you might be a great artist, producer, engineer, and everything. You might be able to give me a song in 10 minutes. But get you another skill under your belt also. So while you're pursuing and trying to find these people and trying to get this music to wherever you're trying to go, your skill of fixing toilets is financially flundering.
Exactly.
Flowering, just everything. Exactly. You know, you just... People think you already signed or whatever. You know?
So look, so my wife and I went out. I'll use this as a reference. We went out today, little date. I took off work, right? So we went out to do a little date, brunch. We went to go see a movie called Sight. Then we went to go eat at a Thai restaurant, right? And then there was a whole bunch of other stuff that happened today that was just crazy. I got pulled over. Bro, the whole day was just crazy. The whole day was crazy, right? Got pulled over. The cop was like, "Oh, excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir."
He was like, "Did you know your car's not registered? Your license plate?" I'm like, "What?" First of all, my first thought was, when I saw the cop behind us. When we left the movie theater, I saw the cop. I was like, "All right, make sure I go to speed limit, right? 45. Make sure I do that." All of a sudden, he's behind me, lights. I'm like, why?
He got behind you and ran your stuff.
He did. I'm like, why he pulled me over? Because he was like, oh, why he looked back at me? He must be hiding something. Anyway, so he pulled it over. He was like, your plates aren't registered.
You wouldn't know either, sir, if you wouldn't have been nosy.
I was like, what? Nah. I was like, you mind if I get out? He was like, yeah. I went back. I was like, I could have swore I took care of this, bro. Like, he was like, nah, I still say here, you got your license, registration, do the thing, right? Come to find out I didn't. But I mean, I don't have issues with people doing their job, right? He's doing his job, right?
It's just when you like over excess or try to abuse the point of your job.
He doing his job.
Right.
Okay, cool. I didn't do mine because I didn't register my plates. Right. I was like, cool. So I'm gonna tell you how the day worked out, and then I'll get to my point. So he did the whole thing. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a warning. He said, just because you've been cool. I'm like, I appreciate it. Dapped him up. Cool. Wife was like, we about to take care of this right now. I was like, you right. I was like, bet. I said, first thing we got to get is the admissions. Literally look to my left. The admission station was right there. Pulled in, got the mug, check, paid my little $20. Took like 5 minutes. Paid the $20. Pulled right into the next little thing. Went online and paid the $27 to renew the tag.
$50 altogether.
$50 altogether. Right. I was like, yo, we're gonna take care of it right now. But long story, to get to the point. So we saw a movie today called Sight, talking about how you're saving up, having a job can afford you the ability to do greater things. So my man came from China to be a doctor, right? Got accepted into MIT, right? Bro, this dude's story was crazy. Grew up in the uprising in China. Eventually, they were going to burn the university down, the books. You ain't studying nothing. Can't be no doctor, period, right? And so the uprising ended. His parents were like, yo, you can go back to school now, but if you want to really make this work, you got to go straight from 9th grade to college. You need to take the college exam in 2 months. He was like, yo, I'm in the 9th grade. How am I going to do that? We going to help you. His dad was a doctor anyway. His mom was a university professor. I'm going to help you, right? He was like, 2 months. This dude went from 9th to 12th, passed the college entrance exam. Only 4 of them people got selected. He was one of them. Went to go meet the people at the school. The dude from MIT was like, yo, you're coming with me to America. Took him to America. While he was at MIT, he wanted to take, I think it's called like an MCAT or something like that. He knew it cost $1,500. Where was he going to get that $1,500 from? He went and got a job. Right? And the lady, when he went to go take it, the lady was like, she had this little microaggression. She was like, oh, do you know that it's $1,500? My man was like, yeah, I know. Boom. Here's the money right here. She was like, Not only did my man take the MCAT,
smoked it.
My man got in the top percentile. 90. He's doggone near perfect score. The professor was like, yo, you can go anywhere you want to. Harvard, anywhere, any school in the world you can go to. But it's because he took advantage of the ability to earn funds no matter what he did. And they called him all types of names, right? He's from China. He called him all types of names. But long story short, do what's necessary in order for you to maximize the opportunities that are presented to you, regardless if it comes through whatever it means it comes through. Right?
Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to get where we want to go.
Got to. Sometimes you got to work at Amazon.
Yeah. Listen,
sometimes you got to.
My friend Ashley, shout out to Ashley. She is a very, very successful producer. And like I said, she just produced on Nicki's album, Independent. Like 2 years ago, I was working at this job. And I left from the job that day and went to the studio with her that night. And we was making some. She put me on her story. She shared her story and everything. I get back to work the next day. A couple people I don't even know who they are was like, I seen you with Ashley last night. I looked around like, who you talking to? Because it was like 4 of us in the studio and y'all was not there. So he was like, yeah, I seen you on her story. And I'm like, oh, they follow her and everything. So, but then it got crazy and more in depth than that. He was like, yeah, Ashley used to work here. And I'm like, that's wild because to think like, for one, how would I just crossed the same kind of path you have, and we're on the same kind of musical path as far as what we do. And I'm like, I never would have thought that you was, working a warehouse job. It was just a warehouse, a cherry picker, forklift warehouse job. Yeah. She was like, yeah, I had to work a job. She was like, I still was doing my music every day, but I had to work a job so I can, get to where I needed to do things I needed to. I had to buy my stuff. She's like, now I'm at a comfortable spot where I'm living off of music and what I do, it pays all my bills. But when I talk to her about that, I'm like, yo, that's wild. Because a lot of people do. It's weird. People shame you. Like, oh, you work? Sure, I do music full time, brother. I'm happy for you. Like, congratulations,
bro. You struggling?
Like if you got it, loan me something. Yep. I mean, you struggling too. I mean, I don't knock you. Everybody got their own journey. So
that's right.
Nah, take that. Do your job. People don't have to work here and then work at McDonald's or whatever just to get to make like I said, do things they didn't have to. That do things they don't want to do so they can get where they want to be.
Yeah.
So no, I don't understand.
Yeah, me either.
Shame, man.
Me either.
Crazy.
That Kobe mentality.
Yeah, some people.
No, for real.
You
gotta have that drive for real.
You got some people out here who physically can't get a job.
Yeah.
Who physically can't get a job. They're limited to a couple $100s a month, whatever, from Social Security or whatever, because they can't work. You got people who don't have legs, who can't do, who can't do certain things you can do.
Right.
People who take advantage of that. My thing is though, you gotta know what you're going for. I don't see McDonald's as a career. Don't take that as a career. These dead end warehouses. But if this warehouse say they're going to pay you $20, $25 an hour, whatever, you gonna get hot, you gonna get dirty, or whatever. You're gonna be freezing. But you can go in there and make some money, thug it out, and you can use that money every week, every 2 weeks or whatever, to make sure you eating properly.
That's right.
Putting yourself, buying stuff that you need, doing stuff, music. When people call you and say, hey, come to this studio session, we're in Atlanta, everything is an hour away.
Gosh.
If somebody's calling you, say, I'm in the studio tonight, and you've been wanting to get up and cook with this person because they have opportunities, whatever. Hey, come through. You got the means to say either I'm about to drive, I'm about to pay somebody to drive me, or I'm about to Uber.
Yep.
You can afford that. But if you ain't got the bread, you can't get
do
them
that.
opportunities.
That's right.
We
got a little Blizzy in the studio right now. You got to be here today, right at this moment. And you're like, oh, I can't make it because...
Yeah, and I'm gonna
figure a way.
I didn't have opportunities like that and everything. Opportunities where pockets have been bone dry, stuff that just happened. I couldn't physically, or just I couldn't do it. And then pride comes in right there, because I'm not getting called nobody and ask them for nothing.
Right.
I can ask my sister for anything. Nope, I'm not calling you.
I ain't calling nobody, man.
I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna eat these noodles, and I'm gonna work on this music.
Right.
But put that pride to the side, or do whatever you have to do. And that's another thing where it comes to doing what you have to do to get. You might have to put your pride aside and say, sis, let me borrow this. I don't know when I'm gonna pay you back, but I'm trying to make this stuff happen.
Right.
And for that person to be, or whoever you ask, that person say, you know what, I got you. People take those little things for granted, because that's somebody who's taking a moment to believe in what you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna do this for you because you believe in what you're doing, or whatever. I'm gonna do this for you just so you can go. Right. So don't take nothing like that for granted either. But you gotta have the money to create some opportunities.
You gotta have the money to create some opportunities.
To make some money. It takes.
That's right.
Yeah. So
it takes money to make money. So you mentioned BeatStars earlier. Do you think selling beats online is still a feasible business today?
Yeah, because any income is income. So somebody could be selling a beat a day, or leasing a beat a day for $20. That's at the end of the week. You selling one beat a day for $20 at the end of the week, you've made $100, whatever. That can feed you. That can put gas in your car to get you to this session, or whatever.
140 if you start on,
yeah. So,
Sunday though.
But absolutely, I would say that, I don't know how some people are doing on there, but I don't hear people in the community and people I work with, I don't hear people saying I'm about to go on BeatStars and buy my next exclusive. I don't hear people saying that, but I do know people who buy stuff on there or lease it, and it just like OT Genesis. That I think it's the Cut It beat.
Oh, yeah,
I think he got it off of BeatStars for $100 exclusively from the guy. And once he didn't know who bought it. So the producer, once it blew up, he, hit him like, hey, I want to do royalties or whatever like that.
Right.
In your paperwork, whatever you had when he bought it, it said this is exclusively your beat for $100. You can do what you're gonna do. So
yeah, that's the other issue, right? It's like once you've written the terms and the agreement, how can you come back and say, hey, now that it has, we need to talk about? You can't.
I hear Dr. Dre doesn't give out everything that people use. It's all leased. Nothing exclusive. Like, he can exclusively make it for you,
right? But
it's still a lease because he still has ownership of all that. I 100% get it and understand it. So everything that, even the okay, so you seen Bad Boys 2, right?
Yeah.
Dre did all the music for Bad Boys 2. Not like the soundtrack music, all the little sounds in there, like the background music. He did all that. Created that for that movie, but those are still Dr. Dre's sound. He owns all of those sounds. So the movie may have, 20, 30, whatever, percent of it. But I'm not gonna say it's dead. Because like I said, I don't know how other people doing, but I feel like when it was such an impact era, like when Vibe and Johnny Giuliano, all of them was, people was gonna sound click, and then BeatStars came and they were just going crazy over type in and search for this type beat and get it. So I guess it depends on what people in general looking for as far as that community, or what people are selling it for. But I wouldn't say it's no, like I said, income is income.
But I mean, me today, as somebody who wants to be a music producer, wants to sell beats, if I open up I'll just say BeatStars, because they're the largest, right? Mm-hmm. Abe has done a great job with BeatStars.
Absolutely.
So if I wanted or BeatStars or Airbit, right? One of the two, those are pretty much the two places you kind of go. Mm-hmm. Is it feasible for me to do that today? Like, can I use that as a business model for my music production career, selling beats online through those platforms? Is that still going to be something that's feasible for me to do? Or is there another route that I may want to take? Because that may not be what it used to be, right? Because when BeatStars first came out, everybody was on BeatStars. That thing skyrocketed. But is it like that today? Or Craigslist?
Yeah, I knew that was gonna come. Yeah, the Craigslist. Yeah.
How you know it's crazy? I just talked to my friend, the one who actually the first person to get the beat from me on Craigslist.
Oh, really?
Busy. I just talked to him on the phone today. I told him, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna talk about you in the interview." He's like, "No, bro, you ain't got to tell him. Shout out, Busy." So, I will tell you, if you want to go that route of selling online, I would tell you don't go to BeatStars. I would tell you create your own web domain and do it from there. So you go to BeatStars, it's you versus 60,000 people. Let's say, for example.
It's a bunch.
So if I type in
and other big people,
exactly. If I type in J. Cole beat or whatever, I want something with this cadence.
I'm glad you said J. Cole beat too.
I want something with this cadence right here. So many other people's going to find it. It's going to be hard for me to find you, especially if you don't have that revenue and stuff like that. Right. So for you to just jump straight on BeatStars, you would have to build your community and demographic circle like that to people who come and look for you. Now I feel like hand in hand, you're going to have to build a YouTube page that also, because like my artist friend, he doesn't go straight to BeatStars. He goes straight to YouTube, then follows that through BeatStars. So I feel like if you're going to go that route of selling stuff online, you want your beats online, go to do your own website. So that way you can advertise yourself, nobody else on there. And people hit, hey, where can I find some of your music at or whatever? You got a BeatStars page? Nope. Let me see you right here. To your own.
Create a website.
Yeah, create a website.
Right.
I think personally do your own, so that way you can just you can just focus on you. You ain't gotta focus on everybody else that's there. This is all about me. So you came to this page with one intent and one specific only, to find out what I advertise, what I got, and what you can get from me.
Right.
Versus I might be on your page looking, and this beat over here on BeatStars might be, ooh, that would sound good. Let me go to his page.
Right.
Now I didn't forget where I was at. I'm 6 clicks away from you now. So
that's right.
If you were coming up, and the advice I would give, I would tell you, don't do BeatStars. I would tell you, go create your own domain.
Yeah, when you think about it, I still got to put the work in, right? I still have to put the work in, because on BeatStars you can advertise. You can spend advertising, dollars to push your BeatStars profile up to a higher position. I'm not really sure what position you would get at whatever dollar amount is available for that ad spend. I'm still gonna have to do the same thing. I think the caveat is there are already eyes on BeatStars, or Airbit.
True.
Right. And
True.
so
you never know who could be scheming through it. Honestly, that's why I wouldn't tell you don't do it all together. I would tell you do it, but create your page, and everything you upload on your page, whatever, upload on BeatStars also. Make sure when they click on your page, maybe it clicks on your page and takes you straight to BeatStars or something like that.
True. Yeah, I think there's ways to do it. I'm always curious, as someone who, kind of make beats. I'm always curious as to like what's the best approach. You know, and then you hear a lot of people say, you know, find an artist in your area, build with that artist, and then, you know, make your sound and then come up with that person and then boom, right? You know, I mean,
you know, it's more than one way.
There's more than one way
to successfully be a music producer. You don't have to work with the biggest artist to be a producer. I know a guy who makes 6 figures off of elevator music.
Yep.
He has a contract with Linux, and he's a music producer. I have friends.
He's making elevator music.
Some you'll never hear.
Yep.
That we'll never hear. And he said the worst year he had, he cracked about 92K. Come say what again? You did what in 1 year? And that was bad?
Man, I had a bad year, man. I only made 92K making elevator music.
And he said, and I think the reason he said it was just it was COVID.
Yo, how do you get that contract? That's what I want. How do you get that contract? Yeah. Where do you find out about that deal?
Networking.
Meeting, I believe, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but I just remember I was talking to his cousin about it. He was telling me he was like dabbing in film sync music and stuff and everything like that. And he just met someone who knew someone.
I mean, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a music supervisor for an elevator company.
See?
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but they make that money.
It's crazy. We're always looking for new music to play in elevators. You know, people, as you're riding up that elevator for, 20, 30 seconds, that song can pop on. You're like, yo, I kind of like that song. Let me sync. Is it Shazammable?
Is it Shazammable?
Right, you pop it in. You're like that. Now you got a new favorite song because you heard it in the elevator.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. That's crazy. Who would have thought?
Elevator.
But but 6 figures though.
That's ridiculous.
Making elevator music.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, but see, that's the other part, right? That's the other part of, these lines of questions, because people want, and I guess that's the thing. People want to be successful. I think they want to be famous.
People want the notoriety.
They want the notoriety to say, look at me. I'm a famous producer. I produce for
Success
this person.
So many. Bro, you are such a successful person.
Who, me?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Come on, man.
Hey, I'll take it.
That is the truth.
I know a lot of people who would just want their own space to create. So to be able to have your own space to do what you love and stuff like that. Success comes in many forms. Getting up every morning, people don't understand that. Getting up every morning and breathing is success. You've made it another day. That's right. Going to work, you might hate it and everything, but you're getting through the, being able to eat, just different forms of success. Like you said, people want the fame and they want the stardom and stuff like that. I don't even know the guy name who makes 6-figure music. It's his cousin, but I know about him and everything, and he is successful. It's so many ways that
he's like Charlie from 2.5 Men.
Yeah. Facts. Like, hold on, I got a better one for you. Tommy was a very successful man on Martin.
Bro,
very successful.
Hold up, bro. Like, see, now you're gonna have me going to the whole Tommy thing, because I think I know what Tommy really, really, truly did. And everybody said that he was a school counselor, a counselor.
What do you think?
I think Tommy worked for the government.
Yeah, they say he worked in the black building, right across the street from the white building.
Yeah. I think he worked, because there was an episode, not to derail the conversation, but there was an episode when he went to work, and he went he went into this black building. I think he worked for the government. Come on, don't nobody who ain't got no job look that fly, bro.
Tell Cole, I got you a job where I work at. He was like, oh yeah, I was being an action. When do I start? I work at. He told the white building with he's like, yeah, and I work across the street now at the black building.
The black building
with no windows.
Bro, I'm telling you, this dude worked in the government somehow, some way. I can see, but
nah, man.
6 figures.
Yeah, man. Like I have Hi Sheree, Hi Flux. These are my other friends. They just moved from here to Costa Rica. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And music. My friend Flux they're married. Flux does all her production and everything. Ashley does her engineering. I done did production and everything for him. A lot of her music is in sync. And actually a song I produced for her, she called me months ago, and when she FaceTimed me, so I'm like, hold on, it's FaceTime call coming in. It's crazy my son just did something. I was getting ready to like chew him out, right?
He got saved.
I seen the car. I said, hold on. I don't get this call. So hold on. She called me and she like, congratulations, whatever. I'm like, something on the internet I don't know about. What happened? But long story short, she just landed another. Last year, she landed 4 sync placements with Tyler Perry. All Queens of Men, the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she hit me like, hey, we got, she landed like 3 or 4 more again this year. And one of the ones I did for her. So now I have a sync placement through Tyler Perry and everything on this show. And that's another, like, their magnitude of success to say, hey, I'm about to move to Costa Rica. When I say it was sudden, we're going out to eat. Hey, I have an announcement to make. I'm like, oh, y'all about to move out the state. I knew y'all was moving.
Country.
Something like that. We're moving. Where you moving? Costa Rica. Passport. Okay, you need a passport. Far. Okay, what?
Right.
What? We're gonna be back and forth, but they just another term of success.
Right.
Like they're not the most famous people all over the world, but people know them and everything.
That's
and what
how
they
it is.
do.
We're saying they don't have that many followers.
What they do and everything.
Like the music supervisor.
She was well known in the music scene and everything down here. But her Flux, her husband, low key super, super artistic and creative and everything, dog. But I'm just like, bro, Tyler Perry. I mean, just sync in general. You got an artist come telling you, hey, I'll fly you wherever I'm at, and I'm going to pay you to custom, build this beat and everything for me. That's success. Yeah, that's success right there, bro. You getting paid, you getting paid to do this and to do what you love and everything.
Right.
Nobody knows what's going on there, but your circle. But that's success right there. Because there's people out here right now, like, man, I wish I can get paid to do this. People saying, hey, I wish I had my own spot to do my podcast and everything like that. So it's just.
I actually do wish I had my own spot to do a podcast though. Like my goal is to have a building like David Shands.
I feel
what I'm saying. Like
I've been looking into it.
Yeah, David Shands has a huge, this whole social proof podcast. I want a building. I want a building with multiple rooms to do multiple stuff.
I'll do the elevator music.
You know what I'm saying?
The elevator music. Yeah.
I'll do it. I definitely see it happening for you. I really do.
But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it in this room.
There you go.
Until it gets to a point where I can do it on a much larger scale. But I got to start somewhere, and so I built this whole set in this room that I supposedly make music in.
Because what if you never started? You'd have been kept since you'd still been talking about what you want to do.
That's right.
But you're doing it, sir. You're
gonna put it out. I'm gonna do it.
You're doing it right now.
Got all these lights.
Yeah.
Oh my
all
God.
of the lights.
Right. Exactly. That's
yeah,
right,
definitely.
Man. So still talking about beats, right? I was kind of mentioning this to Yiohance right before you came about beat critiques.
Oh yeah,
beat critiques. Are they really helpful? Somebody
go ahead
listening to my beat and critiquing it, saying, "Oh, you should have done this and did this and did this," and
I'm gonna tell you,
he's like, "Why?" No,
I feel like me personally, when I make because I make off what I'm feeling. I can't just. I'm about to make straight R&B beats today. I'll just go off of a pure feeling. So this is what I'm feeling right here. It might not sound good to your ears, but I personally I'm not asking nobody to tell me what you think about it or people I don't know. I have a couple people who I'll send and say, what's your opinion on it? I just want to hear what you think when you hear it. I'll send stuff out and everything. Just be like, what do you think? Just to hear what you might think, because you have a taste in music that different taste. You have a taste. Let me just hear what you hear, just to get general feedback. But all in all, what am I asking you to critique and everything for? Because this is what I created. This is I have a song, right? And it's called Blue Lights, featuring it's King C's and C's and my friend Rex.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of that song, I took a clip from this interview with Prince, and he says, when we give our music to somebody to critique, that's when it doesn't become our art anymore. When we create this, and that's for the artist, that's the most important part as we're creating and making this masterpiece. But when we give it to somebody else and they start picking out and deciphering, hey, this doesn't sound right there. You're taking away from the art that whatever, I can't recreate what you were feeling while you were making that. Now, if you're asking for something, like if you feel like your stuff needs tuned up, or you as a artist in general, be like, this can be better, I'm gonna send it to somebody who I know who's been doing this a little longer, who's sharper, and see what they can touch up or whatever, or see or ask for advice. I feel like getting an opinion and getting advice to different things. You got to watch who you send it to.
Yeah,
you got to watch who you send it to. Like some of my stuff I can't send to some of my close, like my friend, or like I can't send this to him because I know how he's gonna respond to this and what he thinks, because his music, he's different as far as what he do. But this person's kind of feeling me on the same level right here. So let me see what they feel. Like I'll send a mix over to, Kurt, don't you?
Oh,
Kurt. I'll send a mix over to Kurt and everything.
What is it?
you know Juju, right? Yeah.
I'll send some to Kurt. I'll send some to Ash, because they're like two different engineers, but I value their opinion because I see their success. Also, John Will, Kevin Gates' engineer. I actually built a good. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yiohance. I actually built a good relationship.
I know you too.
I built a good relationship with him, and I built a relationship with him over social media also. But I'll ask certain questions because I'm always a student, and that's my motto. I'm never going to know everything about music. It's so much stuff that I don't know, and so much stuff I do know. So I feel like asking for advice versus an opinion is two different things. I'm not getting ready to ask. I'm not going to ask this person over here who's never been married about marital advice. I'm not going to ask somebody who's never bought a house about buying a house. Hey, this person does brain surgery, and I'm not going to ask him about how to fix my alternator. Or just or the person who fixed the alternator, I'm not going to ask him about brain surgery. So advice and opinion, critiquing and everything. Send your beats in to get critiques and like that. For what? So you can tell me that that's trash. But then I look at it like that. And also when it comes to new critiques, I don't mind sending into it because I do want to hear what people got to say. And I don't, because a lot of people are artists and stuff. Some people I know are, they don't like people critiquing their stuff. They don't like hearing the feedback. They, sometimes people be afraid to go talk to people like, oh, that's such and such. I don't want to say nothing to them. I don't want to send my music because what if they say it's trash? And I tell people this all the time. I hate to be a sob story and everything, but I lost my mama and my dad, man. What you telling me that you don't like how this sound is going to do to me? Oh my God, you don't like my beat. I don't care. I love it. But guess what? I'm releasing it next week. So
it's still competition though. If they critiquing your beats, that's part of your competition.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
It would I sent a song into this YouTube, not just little YouTube thing, his YouTube channel and everything, because he's doing what he does. That's what he's doing. And he would just feedback on everything it wasn't bad. It was just, I like it. It's the sound. I like to hear. I personally like to send my stuff out to people. I want to hear what your ear hears as far as mixing. Because I can hear something like, yo, you know what? This sounds terrible. This sounds sweet. Somebody else hear like, yo, this sounds beautiful. What am I listening to? What are we not hearing? So I like to hear. I for me, that's just my personal thing. I'll send it out to a different thing if I'm questioning about like a mix. Like this one song I mixed 9 times, and I put it on Facebook. Like, yo, I need people to hear my next single and everything. Let me know what you think. Like 6 out of 6 people on there who responded back was like, oh, it sounds good. Then I had somebody else was like, you need to turn this down and everything. But I ain't gonna lie, I did question that ear. I'm like, I hear what your stuff sound like. I'm not listening to you.
See, competition.
So, that's just me not shading them, but I'm just like, nah, bro, because that mix was muddy on yours. But then again, what if you were going for it? So you might like the muddy sound. I like a different sound.
Right.
So then, advice, critiquing.
No, I like the distinction.
I'll send some to Yiohance and say, hey, how you feel about this?
Right.
And he can tell me what he feels. That's not saying I'm going to go change it. Right. That's just what he personally may feel at that point.
Oh, okay.
You're like, you going to send something to me and say you ain't going to change it? What? I don't think so.
He sent me some dope stuff, though. For real.
No, but I like the distinction between the two, right? Advice and critique.
Yeah, I feel like it's some people, think it is hand in hand, but then some people can't decipher what's the difference of it. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to tell you, what I think is wrong, or do you want me to tell you if I like it.
Man, because that's what all beat battles and everything is all about. People critiquing your beats and determine if those beats are actually good.
Yeah.
To either go on, production or to win a competition or to whatever, right?
But then that's what it falls back to.
Yep.
Who's to say it's not good? You?
Right. That's the question.
And the people that win, it could be somebody under them. They beat go far. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Perfect example. Diddy had that. What was that? I go 0 to 100 real quick. That Drake song, 0 to 100. That was Diddy's beat at first, from what I heard and read and seen the interviews on it. Oh yeah. The game was just talking about it. That was Diddy's beat first. Diddy couldn't do nothing with it. He heard completely different. But when Drake got it, he heard something completely different and turned it into a hit. And they said that's what the altercation got him and Drake got to fighting about there, because Diddy was like, "That's my song, that's my beat, whatever." He was like, "Bro, you didn't hear what I hear. Your beat.
You ain't used like I sent the beat to you to Diddy, and I sent the beat to Drake.
Yeah,
who coming back and saying and using it?
So
exactly. Oh, Drake, you gonna use it? Bad.
People hear different things, and that's why I say be specific, be iffy about who you send your stuff to, because they energy or whatever, they might be an entirely different lane, music taste and everything for you.
Right.
They might be straight R&B and you're sending them over. But then again, I also say a vibe is a vibe. You can't deny it. I've heard songs where I'd be like, yo, this is a good song. It's just not personally for me.
For me, right.
Yeah, I don't like it. As far as I'm not going to listen to it, but it's mixed good. The cadence is good.
Right.
Whatever it's the sound, it's good.
Right.
It can go places.
Yep.
I just don't like it, so don't die. But who am I? Don't take mine.
Right.
Don't take what I'm saying and run it with that. Well, hey, Drums said this. Sir, listen. Okay, you can if you want to,
look,
but don't fault me.
Don't ask me about 90% of hip hop today.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm gonna tell you. I don't really.
I understand it, but it's
certain people who I look for when, like, I'm a huge fan of Larry June.
Okay.
Not a lot of people are fans of him. Like, people are like, I don't like how he rap and everything. He's not for it. And that's the beautiful thing about music. Everybody has some era, but I can't. Me personally, I can't listen to rap all day. I got my rap, but then I have my EDM, house, this, whatever. So I got my R&B. It's just everywhere. And so but people like that who have multiple music genre tastes, they have good ears for critiquing stuff also. So, but that's why I'm big on watch who you send your stuff to. You can send it. I send my stuff to somebody. Like, I great feedback on everybody, and I said I wasn't gonna send it to this person. I'm related to him too. I'm not. I'm not going to send this to you. I sent it to him, and I knew what was going to happen. See, you need to change it like this, and you need to do. But this person is stuck in '90s hip hop,
right? Yeah.
So you need to say it like that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, and I expected that response from you. I knew I was going to get that response from you because I know where your ear is at.
Right.
You're still hearing '90s rap. If I came to you with some '90s rap, you like, hey, that's it. You love it. But that's not where I'm at. That's not what I'm doing.
I'm in the future.
This is something different right here. Not saying we can't go and main on it, but this right here, what I just did, it's not that. So you're not going to like this. I knew he wasn't going to like it and everything. I did it intentionally. I knew his ear. I told myself I wasn't going to do it because I knew the energy he was going to reciprocate back to me. But I still wanted to see.
Okay. I was like, now do you wish you were like, you know what? I shouldn't have sent it to him.
I'm so glad I did because I'm like, it confirmed
it.
Your ear is stuck in 1998. So.
It's jagged. That's a specific year.
Right there in 1998. Right after Pac died, right around, you're stuck.
Pac was my hero. And once he died, I just didn't want to leave that era. I'm here.
Even had a conversation. We had a comparison. He's like, because you got to think, when Pac dropped,
when Pac dropped
All Eyes on Me.
Bro, I get it. I get the
Machiavelli, Illuminati, all up in their body like a 12-gauge shot. Anyway.
I get the reference and everything, bro. This is not what I'm doing, man.
Right.
So, beat critiquing, music critiquing, and advice. Advice and critique.
I like that. The advice versus critique, right? And understanding the difference between the two. Absolutely. So that you're able to walk out of that situation going, okay, this song, music, beat, still dope because it's something that I vibed with versus how you think it should be.
Absolutely.
Because once you allow someone, and I fell into that trap, right? I fell into that trap. So, but for me, it was and I'll get to the last question, but for me, it was a motivational situation, right? So, good friend of mine back in St. Louis, if he ever sees this, he's gonna laugh, as he did that day. But okay.
Oh man.
So
insert elevator music.
Right. So I went over to his house, right? And dude's a phenomenal producer, right? Phenomenal producer. If he ever left, I'm looking at the camera if he ever sees this. If he ever left St. Louis and went to like Atlanta or LA,
gold, man.
Gold, he'd kill it.
Just kill it.
Kill it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Man, crazy.
kill
man.
it. Kill it. He produced for like, at the time, all the biggest Christian hip hop artists, R&B artists, killing it. Still in St. Louis though. But if he ever left,
actually off camera with his name, I want to say I know this person.
Yeah, you may. But if he ever left, he would
do it.
Oh my God,
bro! It'd be amazed, like seeing people who
crazy
have a crazy talent, and just won't apply it, man.
Well,
just not saying apply it, but taking certain things or just not like I know you seen them and you say certain things like, bro, if I can do that or if I can do what you do and everything, I would have took that and did this and everything with.
Bro,
like,
you know what you could do in LA?
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
man!
And you already got the accolades. You already got a Grammy off of Lecrae, like
crazy,
right? So yeah, but
Grammy off of Lecrae is enough.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. So back to the story.
I might know who you're talking about.
You probably, but back to the story, right? So I went over to his house, and I was like, yeah, I'm making music. Boom, why don't you hear some of my music? I played all the stuff. He sat there and laughed the entire time. Right? He was like, what is this? Matter of fact, if you go back and watch my my Beats to Trash video that I did, some of those beats that are in my Beats to Trash videos are the beats I played for him. My man was just laughing. He was like, oh my gosh. But for me, I'm gonna tell you what it did. It did two things. One, it was I'm reminiscing now. He didn't intend it to be hurtful, but it was hurtful to me.
It's your art.
As somebody who was like, this is my art. I'm learning how to do this. I think they sound great. And I was like, dang.
See, and it's your delivery. He could have delivered that way better.
But he laughed. But but the laugh was like, oh, he thinks it's funny. He did though. The beats were trash though.
The plot thickens.
Hey, go back and watch my Beats to Trash video. Trust me. You
Hey man, listen.
You're gonna see.
We all start somewhere though.
And that was the thing.
Them Craigslist beats.
Man, them beats were like boom, 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 boom.
And I'm like, yo, this is it. I still don't know.
Like, where you make this on?
Why did you respond to me? Why did you take that beat? What is wrong with you? You're sick. I can't wait to show you this. You're a sick individual, Busy. Like, bro, but no, hearing it's crazy though. Now you're saying that, hearing where I started, and then like now I just did some recent work with.
Oh, I'm gonna let you hear some stuff when we're done.
Yep. Cool.
I'm gonna let you hear some stuff when we're done. Like since I make beats, right?
I'm gonna let you hear some stuff.
But it was a motivational factor, right? To go, even though it was coming externally, it did something internally to say, you know what? I need to step my game up. Let me go actually figure out how to really, really do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Because ain't nobody gonna laugh again.
Anybody gonna laugh after this? I'm not gonna use a little street box, little beat thing that I had or whatever it was called. Oh my God, that thing was crazy. I'm not gonna use that. And I was like, I'm gonna invest in actual, real gear, I guess, to make beats and actually learn the process of making beats. We ain't had no YouTube.
Keyword, you said you're gonna invest. Now that takes us back to
that's right.
What helped you invest?
Not that job. Gotta have a job.
That's that job and that time.
It's that job.
You took that little moment right there. You said, I'm gonna pipe this up. I'm gonna take this do this and do that. And now look where you at.
And bruh,
just imagine if you would have said, damn, like
I brought all types of stuff.
Let me not even, I'm gonna just stop.
I
bought stuff of his opinion.
Right. I bought stuff that I didn't even need to buy. I was out there buying stuff. I'm about to buy this. Hey, what you use? Use that. I'm about to buy that too. What you use? I'm about to buy that too.
You got this. I'm gonna use that.
You got an MPC 2000. I'm about to buy one too. Like I'm looking at all in his studio. Like, yeah, what you got in here? I'm about to buy all that stuff. And it was really never about the actual gear. It was understanding the process of how to actually make,
how to put
and compose
Absolutely.
Right?
I'm the same way. I think that's like a first production startup thing. Like when the relationship with you and music production first started, that's like your first couple of dates. It's just buying a bunch of gear. A bunch of stuff that you look at and be like, I'm going to sell this.
I'm going to like, so much gear. It's crazy.
Man. Like, so I get it. And it's like, once you do learn the just the basics and get your rhythm together, knowing how to go in here and you get and what you doing what you do, you just over time practice. You know what you're doing. No matter what gear you got and everything, especially if you know how to use it.
No matter what gear you got.
Hey, how do you press play? How do I do sounds? I can put this together now. So
it's all about understanding the process of how you compose music.
Yep.
You know, maybe understand some chord theory and things like that. But yeah. Okay. Last question, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
How you feel about AI? Is AI going to be is it going to unalive? Correct. You know.
Yes.
Social media don't like the word, you know. Is it going to unalive music producers, right?
I feel like technology itself is scary. Because as we advance further and further, hence with AI, it makes people dumber and dumber. It dumbs us down so much because I don't have to go in here and spell out everything I want to say to you. I can talk and it's going to do everything for me.
Yeah.
Not one punctual grammar. But when I get in, and it takes away from motor skills and stuff also. Like now you're in the studio with this person. You can't even articulate or have these conversations and everything because AI has been holding the whole conversation. AI is your A&R. They've been handling everything in between for a while.
AI,
and when it comes to music production with the AI, it's certain things that I feel is not. It just takes away from the beauty and the creating of it. And I do like the AI where you can. For example, FL Studio has an update now to where if I put a beat in there or something and I want to strip the vocals out, I can AI it and it will.
It just came out recently.
It will strip the
Every
vocals
dog
out.
got that now. Logic just put that in there.
Logic
Machine, not Machine. Akai just did the same thing.
So I do love that. That's
stem separator.
And that takes the possibilities of art and creating I can take your vocals and manipulate it or whatever. I can take this certain sound. It makes it it opens up more doors for production. But when it comes to AI just artificially creating these beats and everything, this is what AI feels. You may have said it, but I have stuff that I spent hours on working. Nobody can duplicate or recreate this feeling that I put in. I got an entire project, man, that I made called Late Night Drives with the Window Crack. And that's exactly
Late Night Drive with the Window Crack.
All instrumentals.
You can send it to me.
Yeah.
Send it to us.
He's going to critique it.
Yeah, send it to us.
And the reason I made this is because every night I was driving, I was go pick up my lady every night. And when I would go pick her up from work, I just couldn't find nothing to listen to. It was such a smooth ride. The wind, it was during fall time, like summertime, late summer going into fall. And the weather was just perfect type. And so I'm like, I can't find nothing to adjust and have and to go with my moods as I'm driving. I don't want to too R&B-ish, don't want to go to sleep. I don't want house music. I don't want these rapping and cussing at me and everything. So I just was like, I'm gonna make my own stuff. I'm gonna try to make some music. I'm gonna try to make what I felt. Man, to me, that's my favorite project. Out of everything, it's just my favorite because of how I went about making it. And putting the feeling and every thought, everything I put up in there, I call it a short film because I took certain scenes from movies to help get out what I was feeling and what I was trying to do. Like
you gotta send that to send it to us.
But I just feel like everything in that project was based off of how I was just feeling and driving. Like that was a certain feeling right there.
Right.
AI couldn't do that for me. AI couldn't capture that and give me that and put those instruments in there how I was specifically feeling. My EP, when I dropped You, I got such good feedback and everything on that. AI couldn't have gave me what Genesis gave me on a track. AI couldn't have came in and did that. What Montre Slayton, how he was singing. AI couldn't have gave me the feeling and everything and stuff in there like that. So when it comes to certain things in music, I just don't agree.
Look. Look, I'm about to play you something.
AI trash,
I'm about to play
artificially whack.
I'm about to play this. So hopefully it'll pick up in this mic. Hold on, I'm about to play. Tell me. Look, hold on.
Tiny folks with big old feet stepping. Epic quest, they hearts not resting. Walking miles, they got that ring flexing. Fire in the sky, that dark threat testing. Mountains high, they climb without slipping. Dodging shadows, they can't be caught tripping. Power in their hands, it's all in the gripping. Gotta save the world from apocalypse, they're ripping. Through the land, they march, they're the chiefs. Spring burden heavy, but they got belief.
AI generated the whole thing.
That sound like Raekwon.
The whole beat, lyrics,
and
everything,
what they saying.
Everything was AI generated.
It's crazy.
That sounded like Raekwon.
It's crazy, right?
But
I'm not
who
gonna knock it. Like, it's tough.
The whole thing, brother, was AI generated.
But who did you put in? Like, was it Raekwon?
Oh no, I just put in like, cause you put so the site's called Udio.
That's
wild. And you just put prompts in, and you just tell it. So that song was I put in the prompt. 4 hobbits, they got to take a ring back to Mordor with people trying to get them, right? And blah, blah, blah. And it came up with this it wrote the whole lyrics. It wrote the lyrics.
Wow.
It made the beat. And I said 90s style hip hop. That's all I said.
That's crazy.
That's why it sounded like Raekwon. To me, it sounded like Raekwon.
That was Wu-Tang. Oh,
I think I put in style of Wu-Tang probably. Something like that.
Raekwon.
Right? Because I like Wu-Tang. But it spit this thing out.
That's
like
crazy.
That's
bro.
crazy.
It gives like it's hard. I when upon hearing it, I'm like, okay, who is this? But now you telling me that it's AI.
It's the AI.
I get uninterested in it because that's something that would have been fire made in the studio. The emotion and everything that would have been put in. Let me tell you something. AI couldn't have made Hit 'Em Up.
What if I never told? What if I played this and never told you what it was? Hold on.
I would have asked for it.
Wow. What they play in Japan on the elevator. No.
Oh wait, I read something about that. It said Japan has like their top 10 songs or something on Japan Apple. It's all AI.
It's crazy.
All AI.
That was all AI. Mm-hmm. I just put in the prompt anime song that sounds like this and in Japanese, and it spit out all of that.
Disgusting. That's nasty work right there.
All of
that.
Terrible.
Where's
that where we're going? Is that going to?
I feel like that's just such a robot. It's such a Terminator robotic era, man.
But if you didn't know that was AI,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you not knowing it was AI, you can probably get some bangers native. I'm not gonna hold you. So like,
they do be making stuff.
Like, it's hard. As a consumer, AI can make some hard music and everything.
As a consumer, they would probably never know.
No, but as a creator, consumer versus creator. As a creator, there's nothing in that. That was wild, dog.
That's right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It takes away from everything. I couldn't imagine my whole project straight AI just thrown together in 4 minutes. Less.
Right.
Like could you imagine? Just listen. I'm just gonna say one song, and you're gonna know the emotion and everything behind this song. Dear Mama. AI can't do that. AI can't give you that.
Nah.
That's what makes.
Can it not though? Can it?
I don't think. It can.
Put it in. Because put it in the prompt.
The reason why I say AI can't do that because AI doesn't have them experiences. Experience gives you stuff and everything that AI can go based off of those.
Right.
But certain songs with emotion, just certain things you feel in them songs will hit us. So it's probably a good bop, which AI is to do what? Give you something quick.
Right.
So you're going to give me a quick song, which is going to have a quick reaction. It might have a quick buzz and go viral, yada, 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 whatever. But is it going to be legendary? Bob Marley made Is This Love in 1970, whatever.
Right.
that song to this 2024.
I got that still though.
They just all right. We just had a movie about something that he did because he was what he was feeling.
Right.
That feeling that he had during that time, and he put into them songs and put into that music, has lasted years, generations.
Right.
AI is gonna give you something that's gonna last months. It might be super hard, viral for months. Even might take the year over. But what's after that?
But do you see music producers using AI
Absolutely
as a kind of like a tool?
Yes.
Right, kind of like loops, right? Kind of like using loops.
It will.
AI, I think is. I want to say output or they use some form of AI. AI is being incorporated with a lot of this because they're trying to stay relevant with the times. You know, so
because Logic just did the same thing. Logic just released Logic 11 Pro, and they released 2 new session players in there. A drummer and not a drummer. They had the drummer, a bass, and a piano.
Ooh, a bass! Oh, sick, right, man,
brother.
Yeah, not saying that's not.
If I played this for you, you can be like,
but
what in the
listen,
world?
check this out. As you yourself are in Logic making something, and you like, you know what? I can't play the bass like this. This is what I'm feeling though, and you put that in, and it gives you that bass. Now I feel like that bass or what you just did, it's like a loop or something. You know, you take it, manipulate it, and you put it in there with everything, the other elements you're adding and stuff. This is still you creating this. This is still you. It's like a form of sampling, if you ask me. When it comes to using the tools and using the outlets that AI gives you and the resources that it helps you. I just don't feel like it can give you, you know, like a generational song or something like that. It can give you this here, little things, stuff like that. But the feeling as a artist, as an artist,
them artists making music.
You can get a robot to paint a picture. Not saying that the robot can't recreate Mona Lisa, but when he was painting Mona Lisa or wherever he was doing at that time, whatever he was feeling and put into it, that's why that picture is still such a magnitude, you know, part of such history, you know, stuff like that. So
I had a robot bring me drinks today. We was eating at the Thai restaurant.
That's wild.
A little robot just rolled up, and I was like,
Nah. This robot's in your face. I hope you're not expecting a tip.
And it no, it just had like it's like a cart robot with the trays on it and the drinks on it, and it was like singing Merry Christmas.
See, that's wild.
And it was like, boop. We took the drinks off, and then you had to press the button. It said, send back to starting point, and it just went right back.
You're in the wrong season.
I'm like, what? No,
robot.
First of all, robot, you're in the wrong season.
You're singing the wrong songs.
This ain't Christmas.
No human interaction. I want to talk, you know, but I get Christmas. It. So, you know,
but
I get it, man.
Because there's so many out there, right? There's not just Udio, right? There's, I think it's called Voclia. I think that's the actual name of it. But it's a vocal plugin. I actually want to try it. I just want to try this. I'm always intrigued about how these things work.
I don't knock nobody, like, you know, try and experiment like that. But if somebody was to just create songs, whatever,
somebody's
like
gonna do it.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna be putting out whole albums.
Somebody's doing it right now.
You're gonna hear these musics in TV shows, in movies.
So easy.
Somebody's gonna create a whole entire YouTube channel. Matter of fact, they're starting to do that now. They're starting to take, like I heard Juvenile's Ha as a remake as a 1960 song.
Now you know what?
Them things be hilarious.
Those are interesting. I'm not gonna lie, because somebody took that Drake disc and made it 1970s Motown.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, I'm actually here for this.
I'm here for
come
this.
On, like,
and that's all AI generated.
Yeah,
this AI generated.
It's interesting. I'm not gonna say it's not interesting. And the stuff that it's capable of, and the stuff that AI presents and gives out. You know, it's definitely unique, and to see it, like, to see where we've came from and to like where we're at now. But it's scary because it's like they're always trying to get better, and it's going to get better. I just seen this dude doing I don't know, he was a tech guy doing this demonstration. He had these headphones or something in, and he was talking to the person in front of him, and he, whatever the thing name, he named it, he told it to turn down the volume of everybody else around him. It turned down the volume of everybody else in the room except for the person he was talking to. Get this out my ear. Get this out my ear right now.
Man.
How are you doing? Nope.
Like, nope, no, sir.
That works just fine. Like, or whatever. Like, nah, Almost took myself out. So stuff like that and everything, it's just like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
When it comes to music and how you can do and manipulate certain things with it, I think it's unique. I do think it's unique and everything. But just to solely rely on that,
I don't hear no 100% AI generated songs out here.
Like give me something, put something in this. Girl, Lenny Williams went out with that.
Hey, that's my cousin.
You know that's his cousin, right?
That's my cousin.
That's his cousin.
I ain't talk about this no more.
Wait. No, that's my mom's cousin. And Alonzo did that. He had another group called World Class Wrecking Crew. Yeah, that's my mom's cousin. They ain't turning off the
lights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. You know who my mama cousin is?
Who's that?
Real talk. Her mom's cousin was Gregory Hines.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
And my mom's cousin, their cousin is Brandy and Ray J, the Norwoods, all them.
Oh, yeah.
Why you think Dre's last name is Norwood?
Norwood, Norwood. Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, he got my mom, I think one of the family.
I know a few of your cousins,
Is this how we going to end it with y'all dropping famous relatives?
Oh, no, we just saying.
And that's how y'all going to drop. Well, since we dropping famous relatives, right? Since
Here we go.
Let me go and throw in here the Dionne Warwicks and the Whitney Houstons and the Dennis Edwards in here.
Yeah.
I'm just going.
Dennis Edwards?
Dennis Edwards Temptations.
I trust my
That's
mom. My dad was a Temptations head, so I can tell you anything you probably know about the
3rd of September.
Like, that's crazy.
Dennis Edwards. Hold on, I ain't finished though. Jag, like, let me stop. No, I'm joking.
Because that was the day that my daddy died.
Why you write this song? Like, my daddy died on the 3rd of December.
So what? Use
it.
Artists sell emotion.
I love it.
Hey, fun fact about the movie before we get up. You know, when Leon, anybody come to see you, Otis. Do you know that entire part was improv?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So when he did it the first time, they said the real Otis Williams was on the set, and the dude who was playing Otis, he was like, nah, I don't like that. Don't do it. So Leon was like, why wouldn't I do it again? So when he did it the second time, and you see his face and everything, all natural reaction. I'm like, look at it. It was perfect.
Perfect.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. What? We have to flip all this over, David. Ain't nobody gonna come see you. Let's do this right now.
You know what? I want to do? I want to do like a movie podcast.
Yeah.
But where we watch a movie like The Temptations or The 5 Heartbeats, and we talk about it.
Yeah,
we should do that.
Yeah,
I think cause I want to do special segments and things.
Yeah,
that's dope. Yeah, I want to do that. Like, we should just sit here and watch Straight Outta Compton.
Listen,
now we can't show Straight Outta Compton.
See,
but we could watch it and we talk about that scene right there is crazy.
I'm gonna have to leave because Alonzo's
Alonzo don't know what you're talking about.
He do. He
don't know what he's talking about. He ain't here want to turn off the light. What he say? He said, Dre and Yellow were wearing lipstick and lace when I met him. Ice Cube told him, right? Wearing lipstick and lace when I met him. Alonzo had him in that lipstick and lace.
Crazy.
And with Michelle, was it? No. I don't think Michelle was in World Class Wrecking Crew.
No, she was.
Oh, she was.
She was the background singer.
Unless I'm turning off the lights, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you see, we have nothing but fun here on the Indie Unplugged. Man, I'm glad that Drumz-n-Rosez came through to spend some time with us to kind of talk about all things related to music production.
I'm grateful that you had me. I'm thankful.
Sure,
and I'm very grateful for you.
Come back anytime.
Listen, we talking about movies. I'm bringing snacks. And
we bringing snacks, and we're gonna actually sit here and watch the movies on this 55-inch, whatever that inch that is.
Man.
But yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you having me once again, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all sharing y'all space and y'all energy with me today.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it. But man, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Vaughan.
Drumz-n-Rosez.
Yiohance. Just Yiohance.
I think he's gonna just go just Yiohance now, not his whole government name.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just Yiohance.
No,
because that's my Instagram page.
There you go. Then just Yiohance.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Do I give out? So we giving out social media?
Oh, you give out social media? Y'all know we create music TV.
Y'all know him, man. It's the GOAT. We know where we can find him. At me, anybody you can find me.
That's my Obi-Wan Kenobi right there.
Instagram. Drums, Drumz, the number 2, Roses, Rosez. My other page got hacked and they won't give me my name back. So report them for me, please.
They did. They got hacked. They over there trying to be Drumz-n-Rosez. The people who hacked his page.
Did they send you a video?
They over there trying to be smooth like this.
they can't get it right.
They can't get it right.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for tuning in to the Indie Unplugged. Appreciate you being here.
Deuces.
Peace.